everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the cancellation of the Netflix original Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance and why it's so important. Before I get into it, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing here. Someone I'm close to told me they are sad to see that a cancellation of a TV show would enrage me so much, and that it's sad that these things are so important to me now. Well, these things have always been important to me. As most of you are aware, we are in a culture war. We live in a time that is unprecedented in a lot of ways, and we are constantly bombarded with gender politics, racial and political divide. We're fighting for something that is true and dear to many of our hearts: creativity and the art of storytelling that stays true to what came before. I'm not a fan of remakes, but Dark Crystal was an exception for me. Growing up, I loved the movie and the lessons it taught. So hearing that they were redoing the Dark Crystal, I was excited because that would mean that the story would be told to a whole new generation of kids. Kids who desperately need wholesome, beautiful, and powerful stories to get through the times we are living in. The Dark Crystal was such a story. In many ways, it's a symbolic story that represents our world today. An esoteric story that tells a tale of how important it is to have connection to oneself and others, the importance of friendship, love, and loss, the connection to the soul and the spirit of the planet, and how we can be imprisoned by a small few who we have allowed to have control over us, who we've allowed to hold power over our connection to one another, and the way we dream and live. In the Dark Crystal, the Skeksis are that few. In our world, those few are the elite, or the powers that be. They have infiltrated places like Netflix, Disney, and pretty much every corner of our world, and will not let go of the power we have given them. They want us to be separated. They want us to focus on stories that are harmful to the soul and disconnect us from one another. They are desperate because they have lost their way, just like the Skeksis in Dark Crystal. If it was up to them, and right now it is, movies like Cuties would be celebrated. Movies that are sexualizing children and don't preserve their innocence. But a story like Dark Crystal would just won an Emmy for Best Children's Program, and is the opposite in every way and teaches important lessons are quashed and forgotten. It's sad to live in such a world where movies like Cuties are held onto and the Dark Crystal is cancelled. A world where people continue to fail upwards and continue to hold power over our creativity. We have to make a stance here. If you have a voice, you have to let it be heard. I have one now, so I'm going to use my platform to speak out against the stifling of creativity in whatever form. I have to. This is a war. The little Gelflings in Dark Crystal realized that their crystal of truth, turned dark by the Skeksis, was being used to zap their life, and recognizing this dark truth caused them to gather together and fight to defeat their overlords. We have to do that too, at least with our voices, as I am now. I hope that another network does end up picking up the second season of Dark Crystal and finish that amazing tale. But the fact that it was canceled at all, and the fact that Cuties, even after having petitions signed saying that we don't want this movie, is still hanging around Netflix like a bad smell, says something. It says the Skeksis are winning. We can't allow that to happen. As a good friend of mine, author Walton says, "We rise together." Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you like this video, please hit that like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Take care, everyone. Bye.